Surprise. That's my fiancé, and that's not me.
Turn it off.
Why? Afraid the DA's office hates home movies? Honey, if you wanted attention, you could have just begged. You slept with my fiancé. You say that like he was keeping a promise.
Since we're telling truths, Evangeline Flamington is under investigation for fabricated evidence and witness tampering.
That's fake.
Say your video is fake, and maybe I asked the officers downstairs to be gentle.
God, a discount detective trying to marry into power? That's adorable. Know your level. You want me on my knees? Die waiting.
Then crawl for it.
Keep it. It matches your soul.
You're done.
Ma'am, don't move!
Fabricated evidence, disgraced detective.
I'm sorry. Carter's people came by. And you packed my desk for them? They said I could lose more than my job.
You have 14 seconds before I ask security to remove you.
Good. I only need 10. Carter framed me. Somebody buried a witness, forged my case file, and now half the city's helping him.
And why is that my problem?
Because you're supposed to be the best.
I am, which is why I don't take failed investigators.
Right. A genius in a glass tower, raised by money, allergic to dirt.
And you're loud for someone one warrant away from handcuffs. Evangeline Flamington, you need to come with us.
You gonna watch, Holmes?
Lucien, Mom disappeared. There's blood on the wall.
Stop that car!
Kidnapping me now?
If I wanted to kidnap you, you'd be quiet.
She was here. Then she was just gone.
Looks like a clean snatch. We'll handle it.
No, you won't.
Who the hell let her in?
That symbol showed up in 3 child disappearances 3 years ago. Same stroke break, same fake panic.
How do you know that case?
Because I worked it until someone shut me down. Blood's too placed, window scratch is fresh, but the dust under the lash isn't broken. And those prints, wrong height for a struggle.
You're saying this was staged?
I'm saying whoever took them wanted you to think they came from outside. You want my help? You help clear my name.
You negotiate at a crime scene?
You insult people at one, so yes. Your fake kidnapping just found a very expensive address.
Claire? Put it on.
I'd rather cuff myself.
Blackwood Gala admits family and partners only.
I lower the heat on your warrant. You pose as my fiancé, we get inside.
So this is the part where the rich man buys the desperate girl?
No. This is the part where the desperate girl realizes she has no other door.
If you lie to me, I burn your world down first.
That sounded almost romantic.
Smile when you're photographed. Don't answer anything about the engagement date.
I was engaged 3 nights ago.
Then pretend this one is better.
Lucien, who is she?
My fiancé.
You? Miss me already?
What did you find? You went pale. That's usually when people either lie or bleed.
Relax, I'm only doing one of those. Everyone's dying to know, is she really your fiancé, Lucien? Or just tonight's charity case? Funny, I had you penned as the charity fraud. If the engagement is real, show us the ring. Or did she borrow that too?
Holmes' counsel has already verified the engagement. If you need a written statement, ask my lawyer. If you need a hobby, ask your therapist. Bold entrance for a woman under active investigation.
Bold for a prosecutor to keep showing up where lies are expensive.
Walk away now. Next time I won't just take your license.
Either trust me for 60 seconds, or don't. No. No, that's not possible. I know that look. That's your lying face.
I know a partial document proves nothing.
You knew this was bigger than your mother.
Stay where you are.
There she is. Caught stealing from my family. If I were stealing, I'd take something with actual value.
Unauthorized entry. Restricted chamber breach.
Cute, but your security log was edited 9 minutes ago. And if I force that door, why's the override code from an internal admin key? Search her.
Touch her, and I bury your head of security before breakfast.
You're protecting a criminal.
No. I'm correcting a bad decision.
Don't trust Lucien. His mother personally dropped you at the orphanage.
You can stop casing the room. You're staying here, not robbing it.
That depends on what I find.
I left the fake files in the second drawer. You went for the obvious bait.
You staged me?
You broke into my office on day one. Trust was never your opening move.
Your mother may have dumped me in an orphanage.
May have.
See? That right there. You always know more than you say.
Stay here. Get behind me.
I hate that sentence. Victoria's assistant.
Do not let her in.
Ma'am, your name's flagged.
Then unflag it. Careful, she might fabricate a guest list too. Or maybe she's just Lucy Cian's new toy with better tailoring.
You're blocking my fiancé.
Opening at 2 million.
3. That piece. I've seen that class pattern before.
5.
6.
10.
Sold.
Stand still. Humiliating my fiancés is humiliating the Holmes family.
I didn't mean... This was never just jewelry. That's your mother. How long have you known I'm tied to the Blackwoods?
I knew my mother funded your orphanage.
That's not an answer.
Because I didn't have one I could prove.
So I was what, a monitored mystery? A pet case?
If I wanted to control you, I wouldn't be losing every argument.
I know that plate. Blackwood Foundation Legal Counsel? He still works for them.
Funny. People you chase keep ending up dead.
Margaret.
Did she kill him? The victim was contacted repeatedly by Evangeline Flamerton before his death. Touch her and I sue the city before lunch.
He didn't jump.
And we should trust the woman already under investigation for falsifying evidence?
Watch is shattered on the inside of the wrist. That means he hit something before the fall. His shoes have wet construction mud, but this roof is dry. And your wind flag's missing because someone out took it down so they could fake the trajectory.
Interesting theory.
Not theory. Fear. Somebody killed him because he was about to tell the truth.
DNA consultation. Evidence. Hand it over.
You're nervous?
My counsel will copy that before it disappears.
That clinic. It's the last place I was seen before the orphanage. Play it again.
From today on, she is dead.
Don't.
That's enough to destroy a death certificate.
That woman erased me before I even had a name. Wait.
2 babies. Same room.
She didn't just hide me. She replaced me.
We're not alone.
Back exit?
Gone.
Then we make one.
You jump first.
Not a chance. You're bleeding.
I've had worse dates. Naomi's moving. 30 feet to your left.
Keep Victoria busy.
Dance?
I was wondering when you'd come to your senses. Come on, give me something ugly. Lucian, Victoria's donor ID was B17. You stop smiling. Is she doing something stupid again? There she is! Stealing medical files now. Actually, I found something better. Your charity paid shell binders, Private Muscle, and a woman named Naomi Cole signed every approval. I followed instructions. Shut up. Whose instructions? Yours or your mother's? You needed B17 to survive.
Smile like you own the island.
Maybe it is.
Purpose of visit? Security audit, Blackwood request.
This is me.
If this is authentic, Victoria loses everything.
That was too fast.
We weren't detected. We were expected.
Did you really think I wouldn't prepare for thieves? Vent shaft, east wall.
It's not an exit. That's an insult.
Move, Holmes! Say it.
My mother took a baby from Blackwood property 20 years ago.
Me.
Most likely.
Most likely? You knew I was standing on my own grave and you gave me probabilities?
I knew fragments. Not the whole mechanism.
You still chose control over truth. I was done being managed the night Carter tried it.
If you want to hate me, stay alive long enough to do it.
That won't be your decision anymore.
Rough night, detective.
Funny, I was about to say the same.
Winslow says paperwork is optional if the problem disappears.
So this is the part where the law kills for convenience.
No. This is the part where no one hears you.
You should have taken the deal.
Closer. Say who sent you.
Winslow's. D.A. Winslow.
Say it again.
He said shut her up! You shot her.
Don't kill him.
That wasn't my first instinct.
Bullet gripped. She's lucky. No, he's a bad shot. Don't. So it's true.
Yes.
If Mrs. Flemworth is the eldest daughter's direct line, she outranks Victoria under the founder's trust.
You're telling me they didn't just frame me? They erased me for money?
For control.
Once this goes public, they'll come harder.
I spent years begging systems to call me innocent. I'm done asking.
Evangeline,
When did you suspect?
before the gala,
So while I was drowning, you were testing your theory? You're not my fiancé. You're just another man who lied because he thought he knew better. Pause the succession vote. You don't belong in this room.
Genetics says otherwise.
So this is the orphan girl.
Try your heir.
DNA can be bought, edited, mishandled.
She's a fraud. She built a career forging stories. 3 Blackwood Foundation transfers went to shell companies tied to private kidnappers. You can laugh at my shoes, my accent, my past, but this is your money funding felonies.
Margaret, is this accurate?
What's accurate is that desperate girls often confuse noise with power. The real Blackwood infant died 20 years ago. Bring me a ghost if you want to challenge the dead.
You.
Remember me.
I don't know what you think you saw.
wrong opening.
You signed the death certificate.
I was told the child was not to be entered.
Not entered. I was alive.
Margaret ordered it. She said the baby had to disappear.
Who took me?
Eleanor Holmes. Say that again. Your mother carried the baby out herself.
So every road still leads back to your family.
I can sign a statement. I can testify.
Then write.
Evangeline Flamington now linked to the disappearance of a key witness.
Your sister took the doctor.
Or someone made sure it looked like she did.
That's what people say right before they protect the wrong person.
She was kidnapped.
And traumatized people can be manipulated. She was watching me.
Claire was investigating this on her own. I keep telling myself my family was dragged into this. What if they were in it before I ever saw the board?
Then stop defending blood and start defending truth.
I'm going.
You're not going alone. Claire, look at me. Who did this to you? They kept asking about the real heir. About Blackwood. About your father. I never knew my father. They said he's the one behind it. He took Mom. He took me.
Claire. Claire, who said that?
Stay with me. Don't you dare die repeating someone else's lie.
Perfect. Suspect at the scene, victim bleeding, witness statement already filed.
You set this up?
She saved Claire. Evangeline Flamington, you are under arrest for the kidnapping and murder of Eleanor Holmes. You always did look good under pressure.
You always did confuse cruelty with charm.
Motive, bloodline, access. You really built me a lovely case.
Funny. I thought you built it.
Confess, and I can make this survivable.
There it is. The real you only speaks when cameras die.
If you sign, Victoria and Heiress clean. You go away, everyone breathes.
So this was never prosecution. It was succession management.
You were always smart, just never useful on the right side.
Say it plain. You want me convicted so Victoria can take Blackhood.
You think I'd let you walk out with leverage?
Open the door.
Child, come back to Blackwood, and I can shave 20 years off your sentence. Sit. Rage is tiring.
Try honesty. It's rarer.
Publicly state the DNA was manipulated. I make the murder problem smaller.
And in returns, I disappear with a check?
With breathing room. Many girls never get even that.
I want to see Victoria.
Why?
If I'm gonna lose, I want to see who I lost to.
She asked for a private meeting at the manor. Can you get me in? Not inside, only to the door.
So the stray finally learned where the door is.
You knew about me.
Of course. My mother said some babies are born to inherit, others are born to be hidden. And you were fine building your life on that?
Your life was useful. It gave me mine. What did you just touch?
Lock the doors. Search her.
Give me the chip. You first.
That's what happens when thieves get sentimental.
Cute speech. What did you do?
The real chip was in your mother's pen.
Already copied.
You stole my name. You don't get my dignity too.
How much got out?
Enough.
Move the ceremony up.
Tomorrow?
Tonight, if I must.
Lucian has a lead. Eleanor Holmes may still be alive. Old Harbor Warehouse.
Eleanor, wake up.
Evie, move!
Can you walk?
She can't. We carry.
I'm sorry, little Evangeline. You knew.
You abduct her, hide her, then rescue her when pressure rises. Clever. This was staged. Run if you want. It'll make the jury simpler.
We have pieces, not a kill shot.
Before we do anything else, I owe you an apology.
You owe me several.
I used you at first. Then I kept things from you because I thought strategy could protect what honesty might break.
You don't get points for admitting the knife after it's in.
Fair.
The will, not the copy. The original family crypt.
Blackwood Crypt?
Your father wanted it hidden where Margaret feared to pray.
Police are calling you both fugitives now.
Good. Then we stop pretending that the law is coming first.
This time, I'm not asking for a deal.
One last partnership. After that, I decide whether you're worth loving. This is where dead people kept better records than the living.
Or where the living hide from each other.
This is it.
Enough to bury them. You always did have a taste for drama.
You followed us.
I courted you for a reason, Evangeline. Margaret wanted eyes on the girl most likely to sniff too close to old bones.
So you never loved me.
Love doesn't get you into dynastic power. Marriage does. Step aside. No.
Move!
Tell me this is a joke.
I'm done letting Holmes get dragged into her war.
Smart man.
So this is who you are when it costs too much.
This ends tonight.
Wow. You can't keep a man or a surname. Enjoy the dress. You won't own the room long enough to stain it.
You're in the center now. 3 minutes.
You really enjoy dramatic apologies.
Please welcome the future of Blackwood, Victoria Blackwood.
Tonight, Blackwood enters a new era.
Your life was useful. It gave me mine.
Turn it off!
Kill the screen!
Don't bother. The room heard enough. That pin? You can't wear it.
She's a fraud. A disgraced detective with edited audio.
And we have the death certificate proving the real Blackwood child died 20 years ago. As for any so-called will, incomplete documents prove nothing.
Then let's ask someone who was there.
Margaret killed more than a record. She killed a man.
She's drugged. She's confused.
Try that again and I'll make you prove every syllable in court.
20 years ago, Evangeline's father learned the trust would pass through the eldest daughter's line. Margaret had him removed.
Certified copies have been filed with the court and board council.
They coached me. Carter told me to say Evangeline's father was behind the kidnapping. He said if I repeated enough, it would become the only version left.
She's unstable.
You called me a liar so long you forgot what truth sounds like.
Until this is resolved, you hold nothing.
No, that's mine! You threw a ring in a pool and thought that was power?
Board voting rights remain with me. Without that vote, this girl inherits nothing.
Good thing I brought something heavier than blood.
Freeze Margaret Blackwood's board authority immediately. You can't do this!
You taught me otherwise.
You think blood makes a ruler?
No. Surviving you did.
Miss Blackwood!
Miss Blackwood.
As controlling heir, I'm freezing every Blackwood Foundation Black Book program effective now. And I'm acquiring the investigative division tied to Winslow's firm. It'll be rebuilt as an independent agency for crimes power thought it could bury.
I'm not offering a contract this time. No bargain, no strategy, just this. If you'll let me, I want to stand beside you.
Fake engagement's over. But you can try earning the real thing. This was delivered for Miss Blackwood.